morning, everybody, from Leuzinger High School's Olympian Field. It is Channel 22 Sports Friday night high school game of the week. It's homecoming and senior night for the Olympians in a big Bay League action game for both of these teams. It is the Mira Costa Mustangs and the Leuzinger Olympians. And along with Beto Duran on the field and Rashawn Haylock up in the booth and Tom Strickfaden and the terrific Channel 22 Sports crew, I'm Lou Stowers, welcoming you here to Channel 22 Sports and Friday night's game of the week. And we're just now going over the toss, and getting some change out of his pocket is David Badenoch. But right now these teams are battling for their playoff lives in the Bay League. Leuzinger is 5-3, 1-2 in Bay League action, have lost 2 in a row, 17-3 to Redondo last week. Mira Costa is 6th in the Bay League at 2-5-1, 0-2-1 in Bay League action. They've also lost 2 in a row. Last week a heartbreaker, 41-39 to Peninsula High School. Beto Duran is going to tell us about what's going on with the Mira Costa Mustangs in an up and down year, mainly down for them. And let's go down to Beto.
Thanks, Lou. Tough season for Mira Costa. They're 2-5-1 overall. The Mustangs have taken on one of the toughest non-league schedules around. Newport Harbor, Narbonne, and Esperanza. Head coach Don Morrow said his squad is tough and resilient, but they've given up too many points on defense. Leading tackler is a defensive back. That should tell you something. That's good news for Leuzinger. Offensively, the Mustangs are led by Sean Kelly under quarterback. He's thrown for close to 400 yards. And running back Adrian Dotson is one of the best around. He's really athletic and will be able to get open field. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much, Beto Duran. 140 yards plus a game for Adrian Dotson. And for Sean Kelly, the senior quarterback, has 19 touchdowns, 16 in the air, 3 on the ground. Rashawn Haylock, what about the Olympians? They have been equally disappointing, but the injury bug has really bitten them hard.
Yeah, definitely so. Glenn Tolliver, who we've learned this week is now going to be out for the season with an MCL sprain. Not only that, but he has a cracked clavicle, so that is hurting him as well. He can't throw. He was out there warming up with the team earlier on, catching some routes as a receiver. He's in uniform tonight, only primarily we think because it's senior night. Don't think he'll see any action tonight, and it's the sophomore Tayshawn Burton in there as a starter. Tayshawn 13 for 25, 202 yards, and 2 interceptions. Not bad last week. He was 10 for 17 against Redondo and didn't turn the ball over.
All right, so it's going to be who will win this game will probably have a shot at the playoffs, as Leuzinger has Mira Costa tonight and West, who is in second place next week. And the coin flip was won by Mira Costa. They elected to receive the ball and will defend the east end zone to our right. Meanwhile, we just also found out some new information, talking to the young man himself, Josie Zardes. We've been calling him Zardes Jurast all season long, as you see the Olympian flame that has been burning here at Leuzinger High School, and we're getting ready to kick things off. Kick returners Johnny Cleater, Adrian Dotson, and Michael Tan getting ready to receive Zardes' kickoff. Zardes, just a junior, but he can kick it. And there goes into the wind towards the end zone and into the end zone. Adrian Dotson catches it, and it'll be a touchback. We also learned that Johnny Cleater, number 2 for Mira Costa, more than likely will be out of the ball game because of injuries tonight. So the injury bug has been catching both of them. Otis Jones, Ronald Battle, Patty Lealuia on the line, along with Jonathan Solomon. At linebacker, of course, we will be watching number 4, Auna Kavienga, also Filippo Moala on the defensive ends. Full house backfield for Mira Costa. We're starting things off here at Olympian Field. Pitch goes to Dotson. Dotson gets to the 34-yard line, and a good run up by the Mustangs, and they love to block. They're a very good precision blocking team.
Yeah, Mira Costa always known for their blocking up front, and here's a young man, Adrian Dotson, who's maybe one of the fastest running backs Mira Costa has had in quite some time, maybe ever if you talk to Coach Morrow. They've had some good backs, but none as fast as this young man Dotson.
11:45 left to go and running. We're just underway here at Olympian Field. A huge game. Last year, the Mustangs at Mira Costa defeated Leuzinger 20-7 in a penalty field game for the Olympians. Man in motion is John Michael Personius. A throw by Kelly over on the flat, and that is incomplete. But we have a penalty flag on the play, as that was Stephen Bateman, the receiver, was intended, and the Olympians are clapping.
It's going to be a holding against Mira Costa, and that was a late flag that came in. I didn't see the hold. I saw big number 72, Johnny Morgan, fall at the end of the play. Looked like he may have got pushed down or whatnot, but the penalty went against the Mustangs, so that's good for this Leuzinger defense.
Well, let's hope that Leuzinger can stay away. Maybe they took some elixir for the anti-penalty bug.
Penalties definitely have hurt them. 14 for 100 yards last week against Redondo.
Just way too many penalties cost them the game. Last time we saw them against the Penny High School when they lost 21-17 in that game. But we focus on tonight's game, where it is going to be 1st and 20. Kelly hands the ball off. Terrific defense on the line by Leuzinger. And a loss on the play led by Nicholson Taufa.
Yeah, big Nicholson Taufa there. He amongst that linebacking core, he was able to get in there. Also there was big Otis Jones. He got the initial hit, and Taufa was there to clean it up. So you take a look at the replay right here. Dotson broke off for a big run earlier, but he was met at the line right here, and you see Jones there and Taufa there. Nice gang tackling by this Leuzinger defense.
Now they're going to have to keep baring their teeth all game long, because this Mustang team plays 48 minutes, and that's for sure. They know what time it is, and they may not know what the play is, as they have 3 wide receivers, trips to the right, but the pitch goes to Dotson to the right side on a big 3rd down and 21-yard to go play, and Dotson gets to the corner and then runs into a blue wall.
Yeah, he picked up maybe 5 here on this run. They tried to go with the toss to the right side this time. Dotson primarily running left during this first drive, but once again, nowhere to go. Taufa was there, reached his arm out there to try to make the hit, unable to make the tackle though, but still, as you said, partner, that big blue wall.
So this is 3rd down and 17 yards to go. So a big play early for the Olympians to try to set things straight here. Deshaun Mills guarding the receiver on this side, and a nice open field tackle in the backfield by Auna Kavienga, as Dotson would have been off to the 1st down at least, but a good tackle. Maybe a 2-yard gain.
And they tried to go with the draw here, and Kelly did a good job of selling it and faking it, and Dotson was able to get it, and looks like he was tripped up there a little bit too.
Left-footed kick, almost blocked. And calling for a fair catch is Deshaun Mills. And Leuzinger will take over at their own 38-yard line.
Dejon Washington, heavy pursuit there, nearly blocked that one. I mean, he got within inches of blocking that kick by the Mustangs.
So we'll see Tashawn Burton in his 3rd start for the Olympians, and let's see if the sophomore can shake the tightness bugs. He just has a lot of butterflies, and if he can relax and get some air underneath his long throws and put some zip on his short throws, and let the running backs, especially Tremel Mitchell and Rosaki Hiltz, do the rest on the ground, it should be a good game for the Olympians. Out of the shotgun, Burton is going to look long right away. Has a man open, it's Justin Kemp. And that's going to be pass interference, because the man defending just put his hands up with his face looking at the receiver. And that was Andy Real, I believe. Or no, that's Brian Crawford, the defensive back.
Yeah, Crawford was there, didn't see the ball at all. Justin Kemp running up the near sideline, and looked like Burton got some pretty good air underneath that one.
Sure did.
So take a look at the replay right here. And Burton had some time, took his time and just released it. Knew that he wanted to go deep, and Kemp was there but obviously he was interfered with. First down, Olympians.
All the way into Mira Costa territory at the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Leuzinger, and to Sean Burton out of the shotgun again, looking the same way. Throws it to Kemp, has him open, but just a little bit underthrown at the 15-yard line. Had Crawford again as the defender on the near side, but Kemp had to come back for it as Burton again put too much zip on it, not enough under it.
Same play, and pretty, as you said, he might have put a little bit too much zip on it. Obviously not a tight spiral as you see it right there in the picture, but you look at the finish, and sophomore quarterback out there, Justin Kemp, one of the leading receivers on this team. This is a ball, Lou. He has to catch. Yeah,
he's got to come back for it, but it's a tough night right now. It's a little bit chilly, our first good fall evening, and on the end around, the ball goes to Samaje Harris. Harris gets to the 45-yard line and actually the 35-yard line, close to a first down, but a penalty flag back at the 40. You see some of the homecoming people activity, and this is going to go against the Olympians. So a good run by Samaje Harris is erased, and we're going to come back as soon as we find out David Badenoch's call. His headlinesman is Ron Harris. Umpire, Mike Morris. Line judge, Greg Lawson, and the back judge, Tim Greer. A holding call. And so this goes back to the 49-yard line.
And a lot of the penalties that this Leuzinger team comes up with are on the offensive side of the ball. And we were talking to Coach Morrow before the game about that, and he said, you know, Leuzinger's worst enemy offensively could be Leuzinger.
And they usually are. Burton throws it, gets it to Mills. Mills stops, cuts back, gets to the 35-yard line, looking for flags. Don't see it. It could be a 14-yard gain, good enough for a first down. It is.
And nobody on Mira Costa knew where Deshaun Mills was that time. Burton did a good job surveying the field, and Mills was right there wide open in the middle for him. Nice catch and run after it, enough for an Olympian first down.
And that was a beauty. Just before the 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun, trips to the far side. Ball is handed off inside to Rasaki Hiltz. Hiltz bulls his way to the 25-yard line. And Rasaki picking his way through over right guard, especially center Jonathan Solomon.
That's another
and
hold.
A flag.
Another hold. It's 2 times they've tried to run the ball, they being the Olympians, and 2 times they get called for holding. And this is, talking to Coach Tolliver before the game, you kind of sense the feeling that this is where his team gets the majority of their penalties. It's in the running game when they're trying to overpower the defense, and they end up with holding calls from time and time again. So far, 2 tonight.
So this one is a -5, so it'll be 1st and 15. From the 41-yard line of Mira Costa. So they're doing a lot of running, and the pitch goes on the far side to Rasaki Hiltz, and this one is smelled out by the Mustangs, and this is a big loss back to the 45. And unfortunately, that seems to be what happens with the Olympians, is they kick themselves in the hind end with the penalty flags and then get a loss on the play.
Yeah, and Mustang defense was all over this. Chris Joe making the stop right there on Rasaki Hill. He also had some help from Lance Weeble, but that was supposed to be an option play. Burton didn't have many options, because if he didn't pitch it, he was going to get creamed in the backfield also.
Yep, the Mustangs had that one smelled out pretty good. So now we have a delay of game penalty. Either that or somebody was lined up offside, usually from the line judge. That's what happens. So let's see who's lined up. So there's another pellet gun right in the old big toe. All the way back to the 50-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 25.
And this is what you don't want. Coming off of a tough loss that they had on the road at Redondo, 14 penalties for over 100 yards, and right now pushing themselves back here on this drive. Their opening drive of the game.
2nd and 25. Burton back in his own territory, looking for Mills, and that's just a little bit overthrown. Deshaun was looking over his right shoulder towards the inside of the field, or towards the outside of the field on the far sideline, and then had to turn around.
And we saw a lot of that during the pregame warm-ups with Burton working with his receivers, working on similar patterns like that on different little go routes, and you would see the receiver look over one side of the shoulder and the ball be on the other side of the shoulder. And part of that is timing. And Glenn Tolliver was getting so many reps in practice. He was the starter. Tayshaun Burton coming in as the backup quarterback, and he, quite frankly, has not had as much time to work with these receivers as Glenn did.
That's right, and a lot of, like we said, a lot of butterflies for Burton. And it's 3rd and 25. Burton on the wide receiver screen to Kemp, and Kemp is caught at the 45-yard line of the Mustangs and brought down there.
Interesting play call there. Leuzinger maybe trying to catch Mira Costa off guard and using Kemp, one of their playmakers, out in the open field, but Mustang defense very disciplined, not budging, and Kemp was only able to pick up a minimal gain.
Josie Zardes is going to be the punter at 4th down and 20 yards to go. Almost blocked. Fair catch is going to be called for and fielded by Personius. By Michael Tam, check that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 5:56 left to go in the first quarter. No score. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 10-yard line.
A stronghold on this Leuzinger team all year has been the defense, of course, led by the All-American Wana Kavienga. And you expect them to come up with stops, but sooner or later this offense is going to have to help them out.
Yeah, the defense, you know what they're going to do, that's for sure. But, boy, if the offense keeps going backwards, that's not good. Mustangs, 1st and 10. Dotson with the carry. He's received all of the carries so far. And maybe gets a yard out of it. Good defense again by the Olympians.
Yeah, Isaac Foster coming in there making the stop. And of this linebacking core, he's probably the one that we don't talk about as much as we do Kavienga or Taufa. But Foster, a terrific linebacker in his own right, and definitely a big piece of this Olympian football team.
That's right, we like Ike. 5:18 and counting left in the first quarter, no score. Olympians on their senior and homecoming night. 2 wide receivers to either side. Now a man in motion goes to protect Kelly. Kelly being flushed out of the pocket, has to throw a bad ball because he was munched as he threw. And let's see if he didn't get his arm ripped off by Wana Kavienga. Also in there was big old Ronald Battle.
Yeah, good job by that Leuzinger front four, getting tremendous pressure on Kelly. Kelly did his best to try to buy some time, but nothing doing, as great coverage in the secondary, and that front four stayed relentless in their approach.
3rd and 9 for the Mustangs, with 5:02 left in the first quarter. Kelly. And rolled out of bounds, had nowhere to go.
It looks like there was a flag there on the play. May have been a broken play. We saw Kelly rolling out. He was able to find Sam Roth out there for a couple yards, but it looks like this one may come back.
No flag, says referee David Badenoch. So the pass was completed.
They give him a first down for that.
The 9-yard gain, actually the 13-yard gain, up to the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. And handoff and a big pounding hit by Leuzinger as the fullback Chris Lotzman gets introduced to Auna Kavienga.
And Costa right here trying to go with some power football. And hello, says Juan Kavienga. Just barreling over him. Ball pops out, but they say that he was down.
Now we have an Olympian down on the field. Looks like one of the big linemen down there. Let's hope everything's okay on senior night.
And they're taking some time right now. Even some Mira Costa people out there to check on this young man. Not sure who this is.
That's Ronald Battle, number 52. Let's hope he's okay. They're holding one of his legs there. In a lot of pain, and you know it is chilly down there. It's in the 50s tonight, and a marine layer coming over us right now with that wind coming out on shore. So hopefully it's just a hard knock into the knee.
Yeah, it was tough. It didn't look like he was hurting. Didn't really see him move a little bit there.
And you see that he has his right ankle heavily taped, and they see Ronald Battle in the middle there, going up against the center, making the initial hit. And right there maybe. Oh, and then he landed on his, it appears to be his right foot, rolled over on that.
Yeah, as Juan.
Yes, number 52, Ronald Battle, is still out there.
As Juana came in there to finish the play off, Battle looked like he kind of got his legs caught from underneath him a little bit.
That can be a whole sundry of things there when you get your legs tangled up underneath you and you fall on it and your feet are going the wrong way. And we're just hoping that everything is okay. And our sideline reporter, Beto Duran, is down there. Maybe he's got a better angle than we do. But Ronald Battle, one of the heroes on this Olympian squad, 6'1", 260-pound senior. His last time out here on Olympian field, 25 tackles, 2 sacks, and 7 hurries, and you saw why, as he is just a monster out there. Has been for the 2 years that we've been calling his name. 2 or 3 years we've been calling his name here on Channel 22 Sports. And they are really tending to that tender right ankle.
Yeah, as you alluded to it earlier, it is heavily taped, and it looks like that may be where they're favoring. It's one of the members of the training staff right there holding on to his taped right ankle.
And the Olympians can ill afford to lose one of their defensive leaders. They've already lost Glenn Tolliver, their 6'3", 210-pound senior quarterback for the season, with not only an MCL, but also a dislocated clavicle on his throwing shoulder. Now, how you dislocate a clavicle, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. And you asked Tolliver, he never heard of it either, and for that matter, doesn't even know how it happened.
Not that I'm a doctor or anything like that, but I guess if it's connected to something, it can get disconnected.
They have a cart out right now on the field, and it appears that they're going to try to get Ronald Battle onto that. Of course, we don't want to speculate, not sure what's going on. Beto appears to be ready to give us some information pretty soon.
If Beto is ready, Tom, let us know. We'll go right down to him. And so Ronald Battle is getting ready to be loaded on to the stretcher. He still hasn't raised up. He's still flat on his back, trying to stabilize that right ankle. Let's go down to Beto Duran.
Ronald Battle is an injured player. He plays defensive tackle, Lou. That means Brandon Downs will go in at defensive end. Otis Jones, who is normally the defensive end, will slide over to take Battle's spot on the defensive tackle. Don't know exactly what the injury is. As soon as I get a chance, I'll let you know. Back to you, Lou.
Thanks, Beto. So all of the Olympians are concerned, huddling around their coach, Dion Tolliver. And getting back to Glenn Tolliver, the senior quarterback, the injured quarterback, is in uniform tonight. It is his last night as an Olympian. And he's just eating his heart out down there because he knows that he could have led this team, been leading this team. But Tashawn Burton has been a warrior and has been terrific in his stead as a sophomore. Tough act to follow.
Yeah, and Glenn has definitely instilled a great vote of confidence into the young sophomore Burton. Every time we talk to him, he doesn't have anything but great things to say about Tayshawn. I talked to him just a couple of weeks ago, and he said, Tayshawn is good. Tayshawn's been playing quarterback longer than I have. Tayshawn will be okay. It's just about him, getting his reps and getting acclimated to everything what's going on in the game speed or whatnot. But he said, I'm not worried about Tayshawn. He'll be just fine. And he's been being a senior leader on the sideline. Tayshawn, makes a mistake, has his head down. Glenn Tolliver's the first one right there to give him, a little bit of confidence.
And they've put a splint on Ron's right leg. And now they're putting him onto the back of that cart. And hopefully it's nothing serious. They'll take him to some medical facility and get an x-ray, and hopefully it'll just be wrapped up in a big sock.
Hopefully so for the Olympians. You see Juana Cavienga come over there right now to show a hand of support, and you saw Coach Dion Tolliver in there earlier on, and this is no acting. This is nothing because the cameras are here. Coach Tolliver is genuine in his love and his nurturing and caring for these players, and it shows. You walk around this campus, anytime during the week, you see all these players, and they exchange, that same love to Coach Tolliver, and he's well respected throughout all the levels, not just because he's the head coach, but because he truly, genuinely cares about these players, and they genuinely care about him also.
And now Coach Tolliver's going out to talk to Ronald Battle. We wish him well. And we're just about ready to get things underway. And I'm sure once Beto gets a preliminary prognosis, which I'm sure nobody knows right now, because I'm sure his parents, Ronald's parents, and the training staff will accompany him to whatever medical facility they decide to go to.
And very unfortunate for Ronald Battle, 6'1", 260 pounds, senior, two-way lineman for these Olympians, and of course it is homecoming as well as senior night for these Olympians. Who knows? This may be the last time they play here at home this season. If in fact they're able to make a playoff run or whatnot, but Battle looks like he may be missing the majority of it. But the most important thing is that this young man gets back healthy.
That's right. Hopefully he could be playing Saturdays somewhere next year.
Definitely has the size for it.
That's true.
And the skill for that matter.
He's a load. And a nice young man. So they're taking a lot of care with Ronald Battle. They don't want anything to jostle, even though he's got that splint on the right leg. They were tending to a heavily taped right ankle. And because the ankle is so heavily taped in the tape and the sock and the shoe, they don't even want to take it off right now.
I'm sure it'd be way too painful if they even attempted to.
Especially even if it's just a sprain. That still hurts when you take that sock off and all of that tape off, and then the swelling starts.
Definitely so. And
Well,
terrific job by our Channel 22
Ronald
camera
doesn't
staff.
seem to be in a terrific amount of pain, more disappointment than anything. Gets a towel thrown at him by Kavienga. And some high fives. So just some disappointment on Ronald. He looks good. And at this point, his heart probably hurts more than his ankle. And some good news. Alberto Gonzalez says the food's served over at the homecoming cafeteria.
The homecoming cafeteria. Maybe we should
At
go down there and grab
the Lou
a
House
bite.
Cafe. And there goes Ronald in that direction. Maybe, well, Ronald waves to the fans in the stand, and you know what? That cart is going by where those chili dogs are.
There it is. What if they make a stop?
Yep. You gotta
Possibly.
watch it go over that. Try not to jostle that ankle going onto the track now, and off goes Ronald Battle. And here we go on to the battle here with the big second down for the Mustangs. And a big run, the biggest run of the evening for Dotson. And that's good enough for a first down or close to a first down at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, tough spots. Looks like it's going to be just a little bit short, but Dotson right through the middle. And it happened so fast. Not even sure if this Leuzinger defense was ready for that, especially with all the events that just took place a moment ago.
Well, their hearts and minds have to be on their big guy. Sam Williams at the defensive tackle spot for Battle. Kelly under center, back to pass, rolls to his right, throws it down deep, has a man open, but overthrows him on the far sideline. Samaje Harris was defending John Michael Personius.
Yeah, it looks like they had some help over the top, and Samaje Harris did the Olympians. And Personius found a little crack between the defense, but not able to hook up with him is Sean Kelly, the quarterback.
Samaje Harris doing a terrific job on both sides of the ball. Has 41 tackles and a sack as a free safety. 3:59 left to go in the first quarter. Glad you joined us on Channel 22 Sports. Back underway. No score. Mustangs and the Olympians. Mustangs are a resilient bunch. It just seems every time that Leuzinger plays them in Bay League action, they get knocked right in the teeth and then come back in the fourth quarter. They being the Mustangs. Two receivers to the near side, but the handoff is to Dotson. Dotson gets through a hole and then gets caught from behind.
Dotson doesn't look very large. You see him right here walking back to the huddle, standing at only about 6 foot, 180 pounds. That may be a generous 180, but he's definitely can find the holes and make the plays. We talked about earlier about his speed. He definitely has that, and showing that he's just 180, listed as 180 rather, but a load to bring down.
That's right, strong lower body as Samaje Harris is trying to bring him down. Finally did with the help of Williams. So it's second down and 2 yards to go. Personius in motion. Handoff is to Loatman, and Loatman dives across for the first down to the 46-yard line of the Mustangs. 5-yard gain.
And Loatman is more of the bruiser or the thunder to Dotson's lightning. And here he is running right through the middle. And if he's going to pick up a 5-yard gain, then that's going to be a plus for Coach Morrow and this Mira Costa squad.
So a good running play, good hole opening by Mira Costa, maybe taking advantage of the loss of Ronald Battle, trying to push Sam Williams off to the side. 2:49 and rolling in the first quarter, no score. Mustangs on a roll right now. Sean Kelly adjusting his offense. Man in motion, sliding to the right, downfield, and this one's going to be picked off by the Olympians. And that was Tremel Mitchell with the pick. And the first turnover of the game, and that squashes the Mustangs' drive and lifts up the Olympians.
And you look at Kelly back up to pass right here. And you see Mitchell, and he looked to be beaten bad, but he stopped. He saw the ball. He saw that it was going to be well underthrown. He came up and picked it off. Was able to run a little bit the other way. It was intended for John Michael Personius, but well underthrown by Kelly, and the Olympians pick up a turnover.
Let's see if the Olympians can cash it in as they get the first gift of the game. 1st and 10. 2 receivers on either side of Deshaun Burton. Burton has been out of the shotgun all game long. Samaje Harris out of the shotgun and running play up the middle. And a nice pile mover by the Olympians. This was Rasaki Hiltz with a nice 7-yard gain. 6-yard gain, we'll call it.
Leuzinger with a little bit of mixed direction. You see Samaje Harris in motion. They fake it to Samaje and give it to Rasaki Hilt up the middle. And he's able to pick up a couple, 6 yards on the carry.
Nice play. It looked like it was going to be nothing, and then all of a sudden, blammo. The offensive line had a nice little push there. 2nd down and 4. The handoff up the middle as Hiltz gets hit to the hilt and maybe gets to the 49-yard line for the first down. And let's see. As he hurdled over one man and then got met up in the air. Watch this. Yeah, boom. That was Chris Joe, one of the leading tacklers.
That's tough. When you're hurdling, you're in the air, you leave yourself so exposed. And Hill definitely was that time.
Now we're going to measure this one, so let's see. Just beyond, this one's going to be real close, but I do believe it's going to be a first down.
And Hilt has been playing this season, been playing strong for this Olympian team, although he's been banged up for primarily the entire season. He's been playing at right around 70, 75%, but he continues to go out there week in and week out and give it his best.
So 4 yards on the gain, a half a length of the football for a first down. And didn't Coach Tolliver say Rasaki had a broken shin bone a couple of years ago, about a year ago?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. Yeah, he broke his shin bone, and
that takes a while to heal.
Yeah, and we're not sure if he's fully recovered from that yet. That's kind of what the feeling I got from talking to Coach Tolliver earlier on.
Well, in order for a bone to heal, I don't care what type of treatment you get, whether it's natural or electrical or mechanical or what. It takes a good year for the bone to mend, and then for everything else to heal around it. Who knows how long that could take? That's kind of up to you and your body. But a big 3rd down and 1 play for the Olympians. At the Mira Costa 49-yard line, no score, and a defensive battle right now.
And Nicholson Taufa in there at a tight end spot. Power football here.
And did that get fumbled? Who picked it up?
Tayshawn fumbled the snap and recovered it, but by the time he recovered it, he was already down. Regardless if anybody touched him or not, high school or college rules, once you're down, and wherever you're down and that ball is, that's where they're going to spot it, and may have lost.
Loss of 1.
That's tough.
So well, here you got to go for it. You really got to go for it, especially after the turnover and they give you the ball. You got to go for it. Now they blow it. And that'll be illegal procedure, false start. But they're talking about it right now. They being David Badenoch and crew. Head linesman Ron Harris. And they're going back.
And you're absolutely
right. They still haven't said anything yet. They still haven't made up their mind. The offense is still out there. False start, offside. However you want to say it, it's against Leuzinger, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Definitely not the result that the Olympians wanted here this time. 3rd and inches, nothing doing. 4th and 1, nothing doing because of the false start. So Jossie Zardes is going to be forced to punt this one away.
So a golden opportunity at midfield is blown by the Olympians, and a good punt, though, by Josie Zardes. And this one goes all the way down to about the 15-yard line. So a good punt by Josie. A 35-yard punt. That's inside. That's his 9th punt inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, definitely a weapon. This Leuzinger Olympia team went from maybe not having a kicker at all to definitely a pretty fine punter in Zardes, and he can also kick some field goals. Has a longer 38 this year.
In years past, Rashawn, they were asking the cheerleaders if they could kick.
That's not a good spot to be in.
Not at all. So at their own 15-yard line is Mira Costa. Kelly hands the ball off, trying to get it to Dotson. Dotson, boy, can he run. Is he fast? Nice open field tackle by Otis Jones. How did he run him down?
Don't know how he did. A clue may be that cutback that Dotson made. And in order to do that, you have to have good vision. And you see it right here. Coming off of the stretch play, has some good blocking in front of him. Trying to get around that edge, a stiff arm right there. And then he's able to cut it back. And he sees the hole, he cuts it back and is able to make a couple of defenders miss and gets tripped up a little bit. And that's another reason why Otis Jones caught him.
After a 20-yard gain by Dotson. Shows why he's one of the best in the South Bay at 140 yards a game. Look out now. Man is in trouble, and he's going to pay for it.
Loatman on the give that time, and they tried to go with a little trap play, but Olympians all over it.
Well, you know, with the fever of the Olympian defense, it kind of looks like throwing a small animal into a pond of piranhas. Now we'll see if the Piranha defense can stop the Mustangs after this. The first quarter is over. It's homecoming. It's senior night at the Lou House, and we'll be back with the second quarter after this on Channel 22 Sports. Second quarter just about ready to get underway. Our thoughts are with Ronald Battle, who had to leave the field of battle with an injured right ankle in the first quarter. But nothing in the book so far. Along with Beto Duran on the field and Rashawn Haylock up here, I'm Lou Stowers in the new cushy Bob Martinez booth. Ball is kept, and on the end around, there goes the man on the far sideline and gets around his last man. There goes Adrian Dotson. Dotson goes into the end zone for a touchdown. Any flags? No. Touchdown Mustangs.
Wow.
66 yards.
And it doesn't happen every day that this Leuzinger defense, fast in its own right, is broken down, so to speak, by a running back like Dotson. And they go with the misdirection here, and the quick flip to Dotson on the far sideline, and he was gone. He had to make a man miss once he got to the secondary. Take a look at the nice open field juke move right here. Get Samaje Harris to miss, and he was gone.
TJ Thormasgaard kicks the extra point through, and it is 7-0 Mustangs over Leuzinger. And they made that one look easy. A 3-play drive that took about 2 minutes and covered 85 yards. Beto Duran looks ready. Let's go down to Beto.
Early reports back from the battle injury. Appears to be a broken leg. He's on the way to hospital for further examination. Battle's a senior. That means his high school career has come to an end. A tough way to go out. Also, Filippo Moala, number 9, 6'4", 215-pound volleyball player, will be asked to play defensive line along with Otis Jones. Battle, really a team leader on this squad. Defensive line mates, really going to miss him, as you can see by the touchdown by Dotson. Back to you, Lou.
Thanks a lot, Beto.
That's
so
tough.
66-yard run. Yeah, tough for Ronald Battle.
Never like to hear things like that.
And now we see the ambulance coming right now around the corner. And we wish him well. Thormasgaard kicks it high, and it is caught by Robbie McLaren. And it'll be 1st and 10 as McLaurin stepped out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Let's go down to Beto.
Thanks, Lou. One of the good battles you're going to see right now is number 5 for Leuzinger, Justin Kemp, the wide receiver. Came off to the sideline, told his offense coordinator, Coach Henderson, I can burn 22. That's Nick DeLucia. He's had him a couple chances, but he hasn't been able to hook up with the quarterback. That's going to be a battle that they're going to try to incorporate on this drive. Back to you, Lou.
And now, Beto, the Olympians are going against the wind. Rasaki Hilt is in the backfield with Tayshawn Burton. Out of the shotgun. Is flushed out. Burton just does a good job to get out of bounds. And look out down there. Who is that? Francisco on camera down there? Zubin. Look out. So Zubin, he's like the magnet down there. Poor Zubin. He always gets hit on the sideline. Watch this.
It's a tough place to be. You always got to be alert. I tell my man Zubin right now, keep your head up, bro. Here comes Tayshawn. No!
Oh, man, whiplash. 2nd and 11. Wide screen pass, and it looked like there were more white shirts waiting than blue shirts. They had that one smelled out, Rashawn.
Yeah, TJ Thormelsgaard right there leading the pursuit of the Costa defense. Nothing, doing 2 plays and pretty much nothing to show for him on this drive. And still, we haven't seen that matchup that Beto just told us about, Justin Kemp going deep.
Well, that's the touchdown run, the 66-yard run by Adrian Dotson really woke up the Mustangs in their defense. 11 minutes left to go in the first half. Man is offside. That's the defensive end over there, Derek Janix.
Offsides against Mira Costa, 5-yard penalty.
So that's a plus for this Olympian offensive unit, getting them to jump off sides there. And you know, that's a designated play. They try to run this from time to time. They try to get the opposing defense to jump off sides. Sometimes it comes back to bite them because they may get a delay of game called against them. And other times you see the result of it when it's a good result for Leuzinger.
10:49 left to go, then positive yardage. It's 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Burton's going to go over the top, throws it over the middle. Nice play by Burton, and he got a nice touch on that one. And that was to Justin Kemp. Not good, not long enough for a 1st down. Close, though.
Nice
and
catch.
It is 1st down.
He is able to get the 1st down. Nice job by Justin Kemp on the right side of that 1st down marker, and you had to go up and snatch that one with the defender draped around his back, and he was able to catch it with 2 hands. Didn't use his body that time, used his hands. Nice job.
And that was still thrown behind him. 4 wide receivers in the pattern. The handoff is to Hilt. Hilt tries to spin away from the line and gets across the 35 to the 36 for about a 3-yard gain.
And Chris Joe just held on and held on and held on for dear life. Rasaki Hilt tried to make a spin move and evade Joe as he made the initial hit right here as he just got past the line of scrimmage, but he kept holding, and finally he got some help.
Yeah, those breakaway jerseys in the 70s might have helped him. That's my grandmother, you told me about it anyway. 9:39 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Burton looking for a man downfield. It's caught by Mills at the 20-yard line. Has a blocker in Kemp, but he's out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Burton hooks up with Mills for the bomb.
I guess the 3rd time's a charm. They tried to go deep twice, the first 2 times being to Justin Kemp. This time, chance number 3, and it's Burton looking for Deshaun Mills. Terrific catch by Mills as he had to come back and get this one as it was underthrown, but he caught it, 30-yard line. He was able to break away, couldn't pick up that block. Kemp was on the outside of him, but still enough for a 1st down.
57 yards on the hookup. And Rasaki Hilt runs through a nice hole into the end zone. Touchdown, Leuzinger.
And that's a good drive. That's a very good drive for this team, and especially for this young quarterback, Tayshawn Burton, capped off by the Hill run. It looked like Hill had his option of which hole he could have took on that play, whether it be to the right or to the left. He elected to go left and got into the end zone.
7 yards for the touchdown. And Josie Zardes will tack on the extra point. Snap back, look out. Zardes, being the smart kid he is, as the snap was bobbled by Burton, and Zardes saved from the Mustangs going the other way with it. Bloop.
And Tayshawn never
hit him
caught
right in
it
the
clean.
hands.
Yeah, never caught it cleanly. And
Look out, Zardes.
Jossie with the good heads-up play. Just
Welcome to American
falling
football.
on that ball, yeah. You know these kickers don't like to get hit, and Jossie's he's a soccer player, so I'm sure he doesn't get hit that much out there on the soccer field. And sandwiched that time by a couple of Costa defenders. Leuzinger trailing this one now by 1 point, and they better hope this extra point doesn't come back to hurt them.
That's right.
This could be a huge play in this ball game.
7-6 is the score. That drive took 2.5 minutes. Rasaki Hilt capped off a 7-play drive. And a total of 78 yards. The big play, the 57-yard hookup from Burton to Mills. Nice kick to the 5-yard line. Go the Mustangs. It's picked up by Dotson. Dotson gets up around the 30-yard line and is met and whacked back. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 30, and let's see if momentum has shifted.
Yeah, and take a look at the kickoff return. You thought Dotson may try to go to the left because Leuzinger had all of its kick unit on their left side, so that meant that the opposite side would be open. Dotson took it that way, but good pursuit by Leuzinger special teams.
Sean Kelly, a senior, 5'10", 165 pounds. 5'10", if he's 5'10", I'm 6'2". Sean Kelly hands the ball off to Dotson, and Dotson pushing the pile to about the 35-yard line.
I think you look about 6'2", Lou. I think we can make you a 6'2".
Thank you very much.
There's Filippo Moala. Beto was just talking about him. Moala, he was banged up earlier this year. Last time we were here, he didn't suit up. He usually starts at defensive end for this team. He's back in the lineup. He's making the tackle there.
Yeah, look at Rasaki Hiltz, even though he's banged up, is still out there and going both ways. Most of these Olympians do. Not a real deep pool of players here at Leuzinger this year. Kelly back to pass, has good protection. Look out, here comes Taufa with the big sack. And for Nicholas, that is sack number 6.
He's now tied for the team lead, I believe, with Wana Kavianga. And nobody really accounted for him on that front line. Look, he just beats 2 Mira Costa running backs. He's able to get back there and make the sack.
That's right.
Not going to be able to block him with any kind of a running back or a fullback for that matter, especially if they're 6'1", 180. Are you kidding me?
6'1", 235-pound senior Nicky Taufa. Dotson gets the legs cut out from underneath him by Kavianga. Got maybe 2 yards back, so a big 3rd down play coming up. Actually, 4th down.
And you see Wana, you see why he's so good. Look, he stayed at home, saw where the ball was, came up and made the play. Not fooled by the misdirection. Smelled out that ball and came up and made the play.
Now, he's one guy who can hit you hard enough and not have to tackle you to bring you down. Deshaun Mills looking to return this one, but the punt is blocked. And it is recovered by, well, it doesn't matter who it's recovered by. It's still Olympians' ball. A big block by the Olympians.
Huge play. Leuzinger feeling really good. Earlier on in the game, Dejon Washington came extremely close to blocking the punt. I think that might have been him that got in there that time. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at the replay. But they're saying it was Dejon Washington over the PA announcer. Washington came extremely close earlier on in the game, finally gets one, prime field position for the Olympians. As we take a look at the replay right here, Washington coming right through the middle, just lunged at the ball and was able to block it.
Nice block on the play. And now Burton and the Olympians have great field position. Ball is handed off. Ball is handed off to Joshua Brown, and Brown gets good yardage inside the 21-yard line.
Brown showing some really good moves. Last time we was here, he was a little bit banged up too. In fact, he didn't play. One of the leading rushers on this Leuzinger team. You see, look at his vision right up the middle. Is able to make a couple guys miss, gets into the secondary, used his blocking effectively, but ended up tripping himself up.
Joshua Brown out there again at the halfback position, the tailback position. 188 yards on 19 carries coming in with 14 on that one. That gets him over 200 for the year. Back to pass is Burton going for the end zone. Has Mills open. Just misses him on the near sideline.
That's tough, and Tayshawn will learn this as he gets older. Just a sophomore, just his third career start. You got to throw that one to that far pylon in the corner right there. He threw it to the near pylon. Looks like that's what he was going for. And if not, that's where the ball went. Deshaun had to come back to get the ball. Instead of leading him a little bit, it would have been 6.
Trying to keep it away from the defender instead of over him. He'll learn, like you say. He's going to be a good one. 6:28 left to go in the first half. 7-6, Olympians trail. They have the ball at the 20-yard line as Burton keeps the ball and pays for it.
With the option there, quarterback keeper Tayshawn running to the far side, but nothing doing. And I'm not sure if he should have just gave that one up to Joshua Brown. You're taught to read the defensive end. Defensive end was coming right at Tayshawn that time and made the stop. Number 56, Beyond McMillan.
So they're going backwards again inside the red zone. Now they're outside the red zone. And the play is being changed up. The better watch it. The clock is rolling. Shotgun formation. Better snap the ball in a hurry. They get it off in time. Burton throws it to Justin Kemp. Kemp inside the 10-yard line. And they get that one off in time, and that should be good enough for a 1st and goal. Let's see where they spot the ball, Rashawn.
It's close, very close, but the far line judge opposite us appears to be on the 10-yard line. If so, that should be enough for the 1st down.
It's on the 11-yard line side of the 10-yard line. So that should be 3rd down. No, maybe they're going to measure it. So they're going to have to come all. Oh, nope. Leuzinger calls a timeout. It will be 4th down.
4th and short, 4th and inches.
4th and inches. You have a reliable field goal kicker, or do you go for it? They're talking about that right now.
Early in the game, at home, young quarterback. I think you got to kick this one. I think you got to try to put it on the leg of Jossie Zardes and try to go up in this one by a score of 9-7. Tayshawn, earlier they tried to go for it on 3rd and inches, and he fumbled the snap. Tayshawn had a fumble last week, too. The important thing about that is he didn't lose any fumbles, but this play would be on 4th and inches and not 3rd and inches. He won't be able to have that luxury of doing it over.
All right, let's see what happens here as time is about ready to come in here. 4th and inches at the 11-yard line. 5:01 left to go.
4th and 1 for Leuzinger.
Burton is going to go under center. Burton just needs to relax if he's going to do this one. He hands the ball off to a false start. And there we go backwards again.
And it makes it a little bit longer of a field goal for Jossie Zardes, but not out of his range. So I think now you got to send him on. He started to run onto the field, but hold up, the referees are still conferring.
Trying to take their options right now. And now some of the Olympians are clapping.
No doubt they're trying to go for the quarterback sneak there. Looked like the Olympians' offensive line got a little bit of a head start but definitely the referees have a better look at it than we do down here. You never know. One of those Mira Costa defensive linemen could have tried to draw Leuzinger off sides.
And one of those, yeah, the officials are talking about it. The Olympian that's illegal procedure against Leuzinger, okay. The Olympian that was clapping. Now I'm going to take a shot at this name. Jake Malagama Ali'i.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Better than any shot I could have gave it.
Jake's coming on. I could only do that once tonight. I got lucky.
Well, he's on the offensive line. Hopefully he won't have to call his name too much.
Well, I can tell you this. If his name ever came up in Wheel of Fortune, they'd have to buy a lot of vowels.
A lot of vowels. And
So
RSTLENE wouldn't work.
That's right. 4th and 5, and there's going to be a field goal attempt of about 31 yards. Jossie Zardes has it blocked. And it's going to be recovered by Burton, but it'll be Mustangs' ball at their own 35-yard line, 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. So again, penalties hurt bad.
Now, I'm pretty sure that this is something that they practice during practice throughout the week, Tayshawn doing the holding. But during the pregame, it was Glenn Tolliver doing the holding because Tayshawn is, of course, the starting quarterback now. So he had to get his reps in with his receivers, kind of pick your poison 2 times, 2 snaps. Really wasn't Tayshawn's fault that time on the hold, but still.
Out of the eye, Dotson gets the ball. Dotson gets through 1 tackle. There he goes to your midfield, out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. A terrific run by Adrian Dotson to get out of an open field tackle and turn the corner.
And he runs strong. He runs hard. Maybe a little bit too tall for my liking in terms of his running style. Maybe might want to be a little bit lower, have a better center of gravity, but he is fast. And when he turns on the jets, he can really go, and he can also make people miss.
Well, then maybe we know why, because there's a penalty flag, and this one's coming back. Coming back big time, a holding. So this one happened at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to go all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Olympians catch a break there. Penalties have not been a friend of Leuzinger tonight. Definitely not so.
So it'll be 1st and 21. Dotson with his head up, almost got his head taken off by Nicholas Taufa. And this one's going to be another loss. Yeah, how about no gain?
Big Otis Jones was also there on the play. You see them trying to pull, run maybe a little counter play. Dotson cuts it up the middle and hello, says number 51, Otis Jones.
So it is 2nd down and 20 for the Mustangs. Leuzinger needs to hold serve here on defense. Should be a passing down. Kelly rolls to the left, or rolls to the right, looks that way, throws, and big ol' Otis Jones was messing that play all up inside.
He's been everywhere tonight. We've called his name a couple times, doing the run stuffing. This time on the pass rush, he was able to get in there and cause all kind of havoc for Kelly. And Kelly, not the biggest quarterback in the world we've ever seen, standing at only about 5'10", and he's listed as 5'10". So you know that's, well, I don't know, Lou. You're 6'2", so we'll give him 5'10".
He's a 5'8" on a good day. Even with his Dr. Scholl's gel inserts, he's 5'8".
Oh, sneak.
335, and the quarterback sneak. And look out, Kelly sneaks over the line, and this could be a big 1st down for the Mustangs. It is. Oh, my goodness.
And that's a good play call there by the Mustangs. One of those plays where if you get it, it's a great call. If not, then it's like, maybe what are you thinking? But Kelly definitely caught Leuzinger off guard that time. Took the snap, didn't waste any time. Took it right up the middle. Nobody accounted for him.
So Kelly with a big 23-yard run on the option play. And he's known for his running, too. Good little athlete. Man in motion to the near side is Personius. Kelly hands it off to Dotson, and he's not going to go anywhere. If he got back to the line of scrimmage, he's lucky.
Yeah, big Sam Williams stuffing the run that time.
Sean Kelly coming in, 211 yards on 60 carries, 3 touchdowns. So you know that he's tough up close if he's got 3 touchdowns rushing. So a loss of 1, back to the 46.
On the 47-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and 11 with 2:20 left to go in the first half. Mustangs up 7-6 over the Olympians. Back to pass. Taufa flushes him out of the pocket and is sacked from behind. Is that Filippo Moala?
Yep, that's Filippo. And it was all started, of course, by Taufa, and you called his name, partner. He got the heavy pass rush. Kelly was flushed out of the pocket, flushed to his left, and he ran right into Filippo. You take a look at the replay right here. Once again, they try to block Taufa with the running back and Adrian Dotson. You swing moves Dotson out of the way, but by that time, Kelly had bailed out, and there was Filippo to clean it up.
So 1:49 left to go in the first half. 7-6, Mira Costa calls the timeout. They have the lead and the ball, where it'll be big 3rd down play.
Huge 3rd down, and I think these Olympians need to get this stop here. Don't want Mira Costa having any type of momentum or continuing this drive with the half winding down. You want to stop it right here, maybe generate something of your own. Definitely don't want them adding to this lead. Although slim, only a 1-point lead, definitely don't want them adding to it before this half is over.
The Leuzinger has had 2 turnovers, or have recovered 2 turnovers. Well, actually, they had a block punt on one, right? So an interception, but the block punt really put them in good position just a little while ago, and they couldn't cash that in. And back in the first quarter, they couldn't cash in an interception, and so that's proving very large, looming very large right now.
Yeah, it is, and they've been their own worst enemy each time with penalties moving the drive backwards.
1:49 left, time back in the second quarter. 7-6, Mustangs lead and have the ball. Kelly rolling to his right, looking long, throws long down the sideline, has a man, Personius, knocked out of bounds by Mills right at the 20-yard line.
And Kelly is down. He took a shot.
And now he's up.
Otis Jones was there. Not sure if it was him that put the hit on or if it was big Sam Williams, but Kelly rolling out had to buy himself some time and got rid of it knowing that he was going to get hit, and man, he took a shot as he let it go. Personius did a good job of making the catch, and better throw by Kelly. He threw it right where the ball needs to be, right between the coverage and where only Personius can get to it.
That was money, a big 36-yard pass play, and that's the second big play by Kelly on this drive, trying to get a touchdown before they go into the locker room at the half. Kelly hands it off to Dotson, and he gets mashed right at the line of scrimmage. Wow.
That's what an All-American.
Sam Williams.
Yeah, and also the All-American linebacker. That's what he can do for you. Juana Cavienga coming in there, not fooled. Once again, Sam Williams in there making the initial stop, and then Cavienga in there finishing it off.
Maybe a yard. That was a tough yard for Dotson, who has 13 rushing attempts this half. Out of the shotgun, trips to the left side for Kelly. Looks to the left. They flushed it out of the pocket. He's going to take it himself and is corralled and dropped for another loss of about 2 yards on the play.
Taufa, once again, creating the pressure on the outside, forcing Kelly to try to take it up the middle, but he was there once again. And I don't know if Coach Morrow and company know, but it's going to be hard to stop this young man with a running back or a fullback. That time, Chris Loatman took a stab at it, nothing doing.
So a timeout on the field as the Mustangs want to try to punch this into the end zone with 52 seconds left and really demoralize the Olympians at halftime, who have really done a good job. But penalties again have hurt them. 4 penalties for the Olympians so far this half. Let's go down to Beto.
Doing these games on Channel 22, Lou and Rashawn, that we get to see the players before they go on to college or pro level. In basketball, we've seen Russell Westbrook, who's at UCLA. Last year, Manu Sakona, who's now at the University of Idaho. This year, Etu Taufa and Otis Jones are taking recruiting trips to the University of Arizona in January. And we all know about Ona Kavinga, verbally committed to UCLA, but there's talks about him maybe going to USC. Good time to be around at Leuzinger. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thanks, Betso. If you'd like to find out more about high school's Game of the Week here on Channel 22, or for that matter, anything about Lawndale Community Cable Television, you can call 310-973-3259, or you can visit us on the web at lawndalecity.org. Kelly, full house on the line, and this wide open screen there goes to the tight end. And was that Stephen Bateman? Nope, that was number 88, Matt Williams, with the catch.
Yeah, Williams just leaked out. Nobody accounted for him. He was right there, lined up at his end spot. Ran a little bit of an out pattern. Nobody picked him up. Caught him and took off.
Got to the 10-yard line, so good enough for an 11-yard gain and a first down. So it's first and goal, actually, to the 9-yard line. So 12-yard gain. So with 36 seconds left, have time enough, what, for 2, maybe 3 plays?
Yeah, Mira Costa takes another timeout right here to try to talk it over.
That's it for them. No more timeouts, as you can see.
Definitely have a shot to take. Maybe a couple of more plays. 36 seconds. It's a lot of time, especially you're down here in the red zone.
Also wanted to tell you about the last commercial I was reading. If you'd like to contact or email us, you can contact us at channel22, that's all one word, channel22 at lawndalecity.org. We'd love to hear from you. So you can talk to Tom Strickfadden and tell him what a great job he does putting these together. 36 seconds left to go in the first half. 7-6, Mustangs with the lead in the ball. Inside the 10-yard line, it's first and goal on homecoming night and senior night. Nice crowd here on a chilly fall November night at the Lou House, Olympian Field, on the campus of Leuzinger High School. Leuzinger really needs to win out, so now a delay of game penalty. And that's good news for the Olympians. But the Mustangs, it doesn't really bother them a whole lot.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother them a lot, but still no excuse for that. Coming out of a timeout and picking up a delay of game penalty.
So this goes back to the 14. And the ball is handed off. And no gain, or very little gain on that play. Kavienga was in the neighborhood.
No timeouts for Costa, so they're going to have to hurry up.
So it's still first and goal from the 15-yard line, and Kelly downs the ball with 15.9 seconds left. Kelly's going to get a quick play.
And obviously, if you're going to run the ball, that was definitely going to be the time. First play coming out of the timeout. 36 plus seconds left on the clock. Just in case you get stopped for it, then Kelly can come up and spike it. But those 2 plays took almost good 21 seconds.
That's right. Almost half your time. So 15.9 seconds left to go. Kelly has his under center, sends a man in motion, and now we got another delay of game. Oh, timeout. Excuse me, timeout, Olympians. So Dion Tolliver wanted to see what Don Morrow had in store for those people, or for the defense.
This is Coach Tolliver's unit. He works primarily with the defense, and I'm sure he's in there telling them some things right now, mainly just to make sure you have all your bases covered. Don't want anybody leaking out and coming up making a play unaccounted for. Make sure you have all your bases covered. Make sure you see the ball. Don't be fooled by the misdirection that Mira Costa has tried to run throughout the course of this first half.
Don't forget our game schedule has changed. The games can be seen on Lawndale Community Cable Television Channel 22 every day, twice a day, at 12 noon and 9 p.m. or right after the Lawndale City Council meeting if it runs long. We'll tell you more in just a moment about the Hawthorne side. But right now it's 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. 16 seconds left. Out of the shotgun is Kelly, trips to the right side, looks to the right, throws to the right, has a man open, but no. 10 seconds left. A time for maybe one more. Maybe more.
They're going to send the field goal unit out. And it may be good.
This is 4th down, 4th and 15. That's
for
right.
Mira Costa that Personius didn't catch that ball. Because if he did,
it would have
right
been
there on the 1 yard line, no more timeouts. The clock would have continued to run.
Thormansgaard, TJ Thormansgaard is 5 out of 7 in field goal attempts this year. And now we have a timeout, Leuzinger. And now that's their last timeout.
10 seconds left in the first half.
Maybe trying to ice Thormansgaard here a little bit.
It's going to be about a 33-yard field goal attempt. And I do remember him in the past couple of years. Thormansgaard is a senior, and he's been kicking for, this is his 3rd year on the varsity squad. So he knows where those uprights are. But Leuzinger not too bad with a sophomore quarterback. Let's quickly go to Beto.
Crazy season in the Bay League, Lou. This afternoon, Palos Verdes knocked off Redondo. Both teams are now 3-1, and then Peninsula lost to West. Peninsula is now 2-2. Crazy year in the Bay League, and we got a good one in our hands right now. Back to you, Lou.
Wow.
All right, Beto, Thormansgaard with a 23-yard field goal attempt. Kelly with the hold. And it is no good. Wide to the left with 3.7 seconds left. And the Olympians, maybe they should just go to a knee.
Yeah, I think you just take a knee here. Don't really want to try to do anything. And I think they will take a knee here because last week to end the first half, they tried to go for it. They're deep in the Redondo zone, though, but Burton was picked off. 100-yard interception return for a touchdown back the other way, and Leuzinger went into the half trailing 14-0 as opposed to 7-0. They're tied up at 7 apiece.
Now, with everybody way back in the backfield, they're not taking any chances.
No chances. How about West? Their first Bay League victory of the season.
How about that?
They were picked to be the favorites by many.
Wow. And, well, let's take a look at the standings here. West is in last place with Mira Costa, actually 5th place. But this one here, you can see Coach Tolliver talking it over with one of his assistants. The offensive coordinator here is in his first year.
Coach Henderson.
7-6 is the score, and defensive battle, that's for sure. Mira Costa, though, has to be really proud of what they did and keeping Leuzinger at bay, because it could be 21-7.
Yeah, definitely could be, but penalties have hurt Leuzinger, and unable to really capitalize off of the mistakes that they forced Mira Costa into.
All right, it is halftime. It is senior night. We're going to get some of the festivities during halftime. So stay right where you are, and we'll be back with a little bit of the halftime activities and that all-important third quarter kickoff right after this on Channel 22 Sports. Third quarter about ready to get underway on homecoming and senior night at Olympian Field at Leuzinger High School. Along with Beto Duran on the field, Rashawn Haylock Up here doing color, I'm Lou Stowers. Tom Strickfadden taking care of all the crew. 7-6 in the score, as you see, and let's go over some of the stats. For Leuzinger, they had 4 first quarter penalties for 30 yards. Rushing, Rasaki Hilt, 6 carries, 21 yards and a touchdown. Joshua Brown, 1 carry, 14 yards. Passing to Sean Burton, 6 out of 10 for 90 yards. Receiving Deshaun Mills, 2 for 71 yards. Justin Kemp, 3 for 21 yards. For Mira Costa, they had 5 penalties for 45 yards. Leuzinger will have the ball when we get things underway. They're going to be receiving the kick. Thormasgaard with a big kick. Taufa gets it at about the 15-yard line, about the 12-yard line, and hits a big wall of white jerseys at about the 27-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, 11:51 left to go. And Rashawn, the Olympians beat themselves again in the first half. Had a terrific opportunity in the first quarter, and 3rd and inches at the 49-yard line. Then Burton fumbled the ball. Then on 4th down, they had a false start and had to punt the ball away. Then right away after that, Adrian Dotson went for 66 yards and the opening touchdown.
Hey, absolutely right, and for the Olympians, what do you do here? Where do you go from here?
Burton slings it out on the flat. It's caught on the far sideline for about an 8-yard gain. Good play by Justin Kemp to haul that one in.
There's Kemp making the catch. He had 3 catches last week. Samaje Harris had 3 catches last week also. And when I say where do you go from here, what I mean is where does this Leuzinger offense go from here? Where does Tayshawn Burton go from here? They had some good things going. They had a very good drive that led to 6 points earlier in the first half, but penalties have hurt them. Do they continue to let penalties hamper them, or do they overcome all that and keep putting together good drives?
2nd down and 2, and Burton keeps the ball. Or did he hand the ball off?
Look like he gave that to
Rosaki.
Hilt.
And that's good enough for a 1st down, 4-yard gain.
It's a high snap. Good job by Tayshawn, able to get that one down and right into the belly of Hilt. Hilt's able to pick up a couple.
Look at that big push there by the offensive line.
And 1st down, Leuzinger.
Sean Medina and his funky Cole Medina. So 1st down at the 40-yard line. Burton, 1 man in the backfield. Hilt gets the ball, hits the hole hard, and 5-6 yards on the play.
And Rosaki Hilt, arguably the best running back on this team. You got Tremel Mitchell and also Joshua Brown that get a large portion of the carries, but Hilt leads this team in carries and in yards, and it's important for them to get the ball into the hands of this young man. Been running on a bad wheel for the majority of the season, but for the most part, when he touches it, he's effective.
Jonathan Solomon getting ready to snap the ball to Sean Burton. Has 2 receivers on the right side and the left side. Throws it down the left sideline looking for Kemp, and it's behind him.
I don't think he saw the ball.
Let's go down to Beto Duran.
Caught up with both coaches at halftime, and of course, they expect a 7-6 game. Leuzinger Mira Costa, of course, is going to be a tight battle. Both coaches impressed with the way their teams are playing. Olympian head coach Deon Tolliver said he didn't need to give his team $1 million speech, a motivation speech. He's happy with the way his team is playing, but they need to execute in the red zone if they want to win. Don Morrow over on the Mira Costa side said he loves the way his running back Adrian Dotson is carrying the ball. Expect him to get fed all game long. Back to you, Lou.
That's right. You feed the big dog, he'll take care of the yard. Trips to the right on 3rd down, and Rasaki Hilt gets the 1st down and then some inside of Mustang territory at about the 44-yard line. Nice run by Rasaki Hilt And he's feeding. He's the big dog, and he's getting fed.
Yeah, he is, and we just spoke about him a couple of plays ago, and that time able to run off for a fairly large run for the Olympians, running off that left side, went through a hole and had nothing but green in front of him past midfield, and kind of got cornered a little bit there, but still picks up a first down and more for Leuzinger in the Costa territory.
At the 43-yard line after a 12-yard gain, and now play change, and everybody is tied up front there. Clock running down on the shot clock there, and Mitchell with his first carry of the game hits the hole hard, gets to the 40-yard line. Tremel Mitchell, the exciting sophomore running back, averaging 34 yards a game.
And we saw
gets
right
inside the 40.
We saw right there, and you said exciting. You see that burst of speed that the sophomore brings in, Tremel Mitchell. Rosaki Hill has some speed of his own, but just more effective, more methodical in his approach. Mitchell definitely has that speed burst.
Second down and about 7 yards to go. Burton back to pass, has a man open. Mills gets behind, into the end zone. Touchdown, Leuzinger.
And look at Tayshawn Burton jumping up and down as a sophomore, as he should. First career touchdown pass. It's been a while. This is his third career start, and he finally got it done. Costa's been determined to blitz him for the majority of the game. A credit to the O-line for Leuzinger being able to pick up these blitz for the majority of the game, and Tayshawn Burton hanging in there and release it and letting it go. Deshaun Mills doing the rest.
His favorite target, Deshaun Mills. And for Deshaun, that is touchdown number 5 in the air. And yells of Lou House. They're going to go for 2 on this one. Up 12-7. Deshaun Mills with the touchdown catch. And now we have a into the end zone, Rosaki Hilt, but we have a penalty flag.
It could be an illegal procedure, and it is.
So they're going to have to do this again. So illegal procedure, false start.
And I believe Samaje Harris was in motion that time. He moved from his wide out position into the backfield. And I don't think he ever got set. As you see it, he got there, and he never got set.
So Burton trying to get those 2 points. 12-7 they lead on the 39-yard pass from Burton to Mills. Back to pass as Burton swings it out to Hiltz. Hiltz gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. 14-7. Leuzinger leads Mira Costa in a beautiful drive engineered by Tashawn Burton.
Yeah, the sophomore definitely took this team on his back, and he did it. Costa determined to blitz him. They're determined to force this young sophomore to beat them here tonight. And Tayshawn definitely showing that he can make the throws. We know that he has the arm strength. It's just about the timing and him being able to hook up with his receivers. Well, he definitely hooked up with Deshaun Mills on that play for the touchdown. And then here on the 2-point conversion, little short out in the flat to Rosaki Hill. Did a good job making the first man miss. That's all you need to do as a running back, and he's able to catch it out of the backfield and get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And I like, for the most part, what Tayshawn Burton has done tonight. I like what he's looked like. I like the decisions that he made. You know, the first time when we were here, he made his first career start. Eyes were this big out there on the field, and he was, you know, making some throws, not necessarily going through his progressions and just, you know, predetermining where he was going to go with the ball, and that got him in trouble. He threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he was tighter than a snare drum on that night, and he looks relaxed. We saw that in the warm-ups, and it was true to form. And let's see how Josie Zardes kicks the ball to the 5-yard line. Picked up by Dotson. Dotson is hit by Douglas Foster and company and taken down at the 26-yard line. So let's see if the Olympian defense can hold serve, taking the opening kickoff, 72 yards in 7 plays in 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And the big play, to Sean Burton, his first varsity touchdown pass to Deshaun Mills. 2-point conversion. Burton pass to Rasaki Hilt, and it's 14-7. And now the offense is over on their sideline talking to Coach Don Morrow. Again, want to thank him for talking to us at length before the ball game. He has always been very accommodating to us, and we really, really appreciate that.
Hey, they're very nice, man. Very successful coach. He's done it for a number of years. The record may not show it this year at just 2-5-1, but there was a point in time when Mira Costa was the team to beat here in the South Bay, and that wasn't that long ago.
Well, they were expected to do big things again this year, especially with 5 out of 6 of the big offensive Thunder machines are seniors, and Dotson was drugged down from behind. A nice tackle there. Kavienga.
That's his job. That's what Wana does.
Let's go to Beto.
Thanks, Lou. I'm joined with Latia Solomon, the Leuzinger High homecoming queen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And did you always dream of, I'm going to be the homecoming queen when you started here 4 years ago?
Actually, no, but it's a little thought I had every now and then.
You got a lot of friends, your mom's here, your drama teachers are here. How excited were you when they announced your name?
Very. I was super excited.
And from what I hear, you want to take my job.
Yeah.
You want to be on CNN, be a news anchor, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I want to do.
So when you leave Leuzinger High, where do you want to go to college?
I want to go to either Spelman College or UC Riverside.
Well, Latia Solomon, the Leuzinger High homecoming queen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Lou.
All right, thanks, Beto. Why don't you give her a shot? Do some sideline. Yeah. I know UCR has a very good communication program, as Kelly can't communicate that pass over on the sideline, and that was to Personius, and this should be 4th down and about 7 yards to go.
Yeah, not sure.
Congratulations to our homecoming princess, our homecoming queen, excuse me.
Mustang 4th down at the 30-yard line. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left.
So they'll punt the ball away.
Back to receive the punt for the Olympians.
Matt Williams with his left foot. Deshaun Mills waiting to receive the punt, and look out, almost blocked again by Samaji Harris at the 40-yard line. Mills gets it to the 50, stutters around, and is met at midfield. Great field position for the Olympians, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Tishawn Burton and company, who should have all the confidence in the world.
Yeah, he should. We got to keep in mind, he's just a sophomore, but obviously he's appeared to turn the corner in terms of the maturation process, and just, 3 starts so far this season. Talking to Coach Tolliver, he's very impressed at how he's matured throughout the past couple of weeks. Here's a test for him and this Leuzinger offense.
Big momentum shift, Rashawn, because the Olympians forced the Mustangs to go 3 and out. Rasaki Hilt to the 40-yard line and is forced out of bounds. But what about Deshaun Burton taking that snap that was high from Jonathan Solomon, corralling it and getting it into the breadbasket of Hilt?
Yeah, and that's the second time this half that has happened. And here it is right here on the replay. Very high snap. He had to climb up even higher to get it and put it right down there for Hilt. And Hilt did the rest. Made the first man miss, which you're supposed to do. Exploded through that hole and broke it to the outside.
To the 47-yard line, or check that 37-yard line of the Mustangs. A 13-yard gain for Rasaki. Burton's going to sling it as he's hit. That one's long, but boy, did the young man pay for it that time. There were 3 jerseys in on him that time, led by, it looked like a defensive end on that one, Juan Togel.
Felt a little bit of pressure, and that's something he's going to have to get used to. As a sophomore, teams know that he didn't start this year as the starting quarterback, and that he's in there because of the Tolliver injury. They're going to try to test him. They're going to try to force him to win games.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the Mustang 37. Two wide receivers on either side of Tashawn, the young sophomore with his first touchdown today. This one is thrown and almost picked off.
And almost caught by Samaje.
Yeah, Samaji ended up with the ball. But again, 3 defenders and 2 receivers and more white shirts than blue shirts in there. And it's coming right into your den.
And I think this is a situation where Tayshawn, still a young quarterback, still not necessarily going through his progressions. And you see he was keyed, the previous play, he was keyed on Justin Kemp the whole time on that go route. And then this time, he never looked to the other side of the field. He was looking for Kemp once again.
Michael Tam, the leading tackler on this Mira Costa team, was the closest man to the ball that time. Good play. Oh, just slipped and fell was Rasaki Hiltz. Actually, that was Joshua Brown, and let's go down to Beto.
Senior night, not only for the football players, but the cheerleaders. These are the seniors of 08, the Leuzinger High cheerleader. We have Angie, Eris, Rosie, Jenny, Sadia, Genesis, and Melissa. What has been the coolest thing about being a cheerleader at Leuzinger?
Well, first I would have to say the fact that I get to be here and experience this, especially now that it's my last year, and I got to experience this, and I think it's just so awesome. We get into the game really free, so we don't have to pay, so that's really cool.
Well, without the cheerleaders, the football players don't get anybody to support them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So who's the most important person out here?
Me. All of us. Just like provide spirit, you know?
Lou, I found the most spirited people here at Leuzinger. Back to you guys.
Beto Duran, the luckiest guy down there. And how about Josie Zardes? That's his second punt tonight, and both of them have been inside the 20-yard line. That's 10 on the year.
He's definitely proved that he's a weapon back there punting. But I want to go back to the cheerleaders for a second. Getting in the games free, that's my style. That can never be underrated.
What, you mean? That's right. That's right. You do squeak when you walk.
Yeah.
You know, you did open up your coin purse there, and moths did fly out that are older than me.
Hey, why not? Out here enjoying some free football?
That's right. We get in free, too. We better not tell anybody. They're going to get on to us.
Oh, they might.
Right now, the Mustangs are running free inside of the Olympian backfield, and that's going to be about a 15-yard gain for a first down.
Juana Kavienga chasing down the tailback that time, and it's Adrian Dotson, and he's been running so strong. And Coach Morrow said at the half that he liked the way Dotson was running. He was running strong. He was running good, and he had that long run. Besides that long run, Leuzinger has done an okay job of trying to contain him, but he's still been able to find his cracks, and when he has, he's taken advantage.
First and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Leuzinger leading 14-7. And another good push by the Mustangs up front, as that was Chris Loatman. Now, something special about Loatman, besides being a load at fullback, is he's hearing impaired as he gets to about the 41-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
So a 6-yard gain for Loatman. And another big gain. And what second effort by Loatman. He just won't stop as he gets inside of Leuzinger territory, and another big first down. Some fresh legs, really. He hasn't had the ball that much. Only had 4 carries in the first half.
Kept them fresh legs moving, too. Definitely a hard time bringing them down did this Leuzinger team have. You see him running left side. Found a little bit of a crack into the secondary. Able to bounce off of a couple of Leuzinger defenders, and I'm not sure if he was ever down.
He just kept going, and there goes another running back. Some quick holes being opened up, and this one for Dotson. And Dotson gets about 6 yards on that play, 7 yards on that play.
Looks
so
like
some quick trap blocks by the Mustang line is really working this third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Mira Costa, at least on this drive, it has been fairly committed to the run. A dose of Loatman, also a dose of Dotson also.
Second down and 4. Dotson gets it again, but this time a linebacker defensive end gets in there, and that was Justin Kemp in there.
Dotson trying to take it up the middle and being hit in the backfield.
So another 2 yards for Adrian Dotson, averaging 141 yards a game. Backs out of the eye, H-back, and now Kelly trying to burrow his way towards the 38-yard line for a first down, and is going to be close.
Officials are going to call a timeout here. They may bring out the chains to measure again. If so, that'll be, what, 3 times tonight? That's got to be a record.
Yeah, that's been a good game. This has been a very good high school football game, and why not? It's senior night here in the Bay League. Always an exciting night, no matter where you are in the Bay League. Especially Palos Verdes beats Redondo tonight, and Penny High lost to West. So West is going to be sky high next week when Leuzinger goes to their house.
This Palos Verdes team is somewhat came out of nowhere with a couple of signature wins this year. They beat this Mira Costa team earlier this season. Obviously able to come up with a win today.
So there you see, it's about the length of a football. So it's going to be 4th and inches for Mira Costa. So are they going to let Sean Kelly burrow through? 3:39 left to go in the third quarter, Rashawn.
They may. They're on the right side of the 50 in Leuzinger territory. Definitely too long for a field goal. Maybe too long to punt. You may pick up maybe 20 yards on a punt.
Well, they're going to have to get through Sam Williams and Otis Jones in the middle of the line. Taufa and Maola also there. And they fall down. The ball drops on the ground as well. Adrian Dotson picks it up, and it's going to be Leuzinger ball. Turn it over on downs. And a very rare mis-exchange from Kelly to Dotson, the 2 seniors.
And that was a very huge stop for Leuzinger defensively. It appeared like they were being a little bit worn down by this rushing attack. It was Loman and it was Dotson. Dotson that time not able to handle the exchange cleanly and was forced to just fall on it behind the line of scrimmage, and on 4th down, taken down for a loss to be turnover on downs.
So a loss on the play of a yard. And now Tashawn Burton is under center. Throws it on the naked wide receiver screen to Kemp, and Kemp dances his way up to midfield. Had to get to the Mira Costa 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And for as good as this running back core of Leuzinger is, the playmakers split out wide. And that's Kemp and that's Samaje Harris. And good job that time of getting the ball to Kemp in space. And he's able to take it there and burrow his way for close to a first down.
That was a nice, relaxed throw. He was on his toes, threw it very nice touch, just the right speed for Kemp to get him going. Hilt gets the first down inside the 40-yard line, and drags about 3 Mustangs with him down to the 35-yard line. No flags, 1st and 10 Olympians.
And that's the power. Rozaki Hilt, he's a burner. He can run with some of the best of them, but he also brings the power to the equation also. Something the sophomore Trumel Mitchell may not have in his repertoire, at least not yet. And you see Hilt just bouncing off of one tackle after the next and pulling Costa defenders with him. Also had some help from his offensive lineman, Jake Malagamali. I tried it, Lou. I tried it.
All of those vowels count. Burton flushed out of the pocket and is buried by the Mustangs. Bjorn McMillan.
And if you're Tayshawn, that's okay. You know, that's okay to take a sack right there in that situation. Maybe a couple games ago, he saw that pressure coming to him. He might have just got rid of it in the coverage, and it may have been picked off. But there was nothing. He was going to put it down, made the right decision, putting it down and trying to get out of there, but ended up taking the sack, securing the ball, and not turning the ball over.
1:50, clock running in the third quarter. Leuzinger with the lead, 14-7, have the ball on the Mira Costa 37-yard line. Burton out of the shotgun. Back to pass, and that's going to be an offside. Second Leuzinger penalty of the third quarter. So illegal procedure. Somebody lined up. Yep. Somebody moving too soon.
And these are unforced, ill-advised errors for the Olympians, something that hurt them in the first half. You talked about what the score could be.
Yeah, we talked about that at halftime.
Yeah, before we went to break at the half, and penalties once again in Mustang territory, getting called for a false start.
All they need to do is execute, Coach Tolliver says. So now, let's see if Burton can do that. On the fly pattern, has Kemp, and had his man down there. Kemp just couldn't get beyond the defensive back on that far side, or their near sideline.
And that time I felt like Tayshawn put it there. He's been a little errant with that deep ball for the majority of this game, but I thought he put it right there where it needs to be. Kemp maybe didn't get as good of a jump as he would like, and unable to get past the defender that time. Ball went in and out of his hands.
So it'll be 3rd down and 17 yards to go from Mira Costa's 41-yard line. So, yep, there we go again. Rasaki Hiltz may have been offside, but now a big sack all the way back into Leuzinger territory. It appeared that one of the Olympians jumped offside or moved too soon, but no, it's going to be 4th down and a whole bunch all the way back to the 49-yard line.
And that drive came to a screeching halt.
That was a 12-yard loss.
And we just saw the replay. Yeah, exactly. Somebody did. One of the wide receivers did get a start. It might have been Rosaki Hill. Didn't catch the number, but Burton flushed out of the pocket and was taken down.
Josie Zardes. Oh! Now let's see if the ball is live. Rosaki Hill picks it up. It's into the end zone. Let's see. It's called a touchdown, Leuzinger. Oh my goodness. Somebody get the number of that truck that run over the Mustang. Mercy.
It's number 4, and that's why he's an All-American. That right there. He's getting it done, Kavienga, on special teams. This is on the punt coverage, laying a vicious blow. Ball is touched and comes out. Rosaki Hill picks it up, and definitely a touchdown that this Leuzinger team needed. Up now by 2 touchdowns.
20-7 is the score. Ona Kavienga just leveled Tommy Cleater as he caught the ball. Great timing play. And now Jody Zardes comes on to tack on the extra point. Burton with the hold. It was ugly, but it went through. They'll take it 21-7. And let's re-rack that replay and show that again, Tom. We have to see this. Deion Tolliver says, yeah, I know. Using your head. There you go. If we can get that replay back, that is the play of the year. Unbelievable hit by Aona Kavienga. Was hit at about the 20-yard line.
And Coach Morrow standing out. Here it is right here, Lou.
Ouch. Tommy Cleater is going to be seeing number 4 in his eyes for about a month.
Here's another angle of it.
Ouch. So he was hit right at about the 16-yard line. And then Hilt picked it up at the 10 for a 10-yard fumble recovery return for the touchdown.
And Coach Morrow, far sideline, was having a talk with the officials right there. He may be petition.
Let's go to Beto. Okay, let's not go to Beto.
He may be,
All right.
Coach Morrow rather, may be petitioning that Juana got there maybe a little too soon.
Well, it was I thought it might have been.
But it's
But
a
if we
good
can
hit
see
nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a terrific hit. Maybe after the kickoff here, we can re-rack it again, Tom, and see it. At any rate, it's 21-7, and Zardes kicks the ball out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. After we see the penalty.
17-yard line.
And we can slow it down and see Kavienga hitting Cleater. As they're going to mark the ball at the 35-yard line. With 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Can we see the replay again, Tom, real quick? Please? All right, here we go. Well, looks like he had it to me. Well, the ball was there. Then Kavienga was there. Did he have it? We'll never know.
He at least touched it. We
Oh!
know that.
Another big sack. Sam Williams with the hit that time. And for Williams, that's his 2nd sack of the year.
And you go back to that Kavienga hit. We've been trying to watch it here. We've had the truck re-rack it a couple times now, and that hit fired up this whole crowd. And not only did it fire up the crowd, but that Leuzinger sideline, including this defense right here. And you see them trying to make plays as the third quarter comes to an end.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter here at the Lou House on senior night. Kavienga putting the cherry on top of Tommy Cleater's head. 21-7. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. And instead, let's go to Beto.
There'll be plenty of pride stickers handed out. Juana Kavinga with that big hit, couple sacks. Pride stickers are these stickers. They look like the Olympic flame. They're on the back of every single Olympian's helmet. They're handed out before every Friday night game. If you get a sack, you score a touchdown, you throw a touchdown, you harass a quarterback, you intercept it, you're getting a pride sticker. Juana Kavinga has the most for the Olympians. What a surprise. Back to you, Lou.
All right. We'll be back right after this on Channel 22. Actually, no. Why don't we just keep it right here? Let's keep it right here. Because we're going to go right into the fourth quarter. And it will be 2nd down and 16. 2nd and 16. From the 30-yard line, Kelly fires the ball in the flat. Caught by Personius. He gets the first down and into Leuzinger territory. And all that hit seemed to do, besides get the touchdown, was to fire up the Mustangs.
Maybe so. Personi is coming back with an answer, finding a little spot in the zone, catching it and turning upfield. Enough for a first down into Leuzinger territory.
So 21-yard pass play. Or 20-yard pass play to Personius. Ball, some sort of a broken play there, but a 2-yard gain, a 3-yard gain. We'll call it a 2-yard gain, down to the 44-yard line. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like Kelly had the option and he decided to keep it himself and pick up a couple yards.
So it's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Sean Kelly, the senior quarterback, making his final appearance here at Lou House. Hands the ball off to Adrian Dotson. Dotson being chased down by Risaki Hilt. Hooks onto the trailer until his friends can help out and smash him down at the 44-yard line.
And you love that gang tackle, and you love the way Leuzinger flies to the ball. 8 blue jerseys over there in the vicinity where Adrian Dotson was. Tried to break that one to the outside, but as you called it, partner, Rozaki Hill was right there. Never mind the stiff arm. He's holding on for dear life, and he has some help. All of his buddies came in to finish it off.
Samaji Harris with a smash mouth tackle. 10-20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Leuzinger up 21-7. Everyone's still buzzing about the Una Cavienga hits. Something to remember him by. Kelly gets out of the pocket. Oh my goodness. Dijon Washington with the heavy hit.
And there's going to be all kind of prize stickers handed out tonight. Dijon Washington, he's going to come up with a couple of them. Blocked field goal earlier. One thing Coach Oliver told us before the game, this team will be fine. They love to hit. Well, we've seen a couple big hits out here tonight, just in the past couple of minutes here.
Michael Tam was the victim on that one. All of that for a 2-yard gain, and now an official timeout by David Badenoch.
So take a look at the replay. Kelly rolling out, and it was Tam there catching it. Hello.
Ouch.
Dijon Washington putting the smack down.
No breaks or nothing on that one. That one just rolled right through the intersection. Head-on collision. There's Dijon Washington.
Looks like Dijon may have some equipment issues. Looks like they're fixing his helmet right now.
Now, sometimes when you do the hitting, you get the worst of it.
Yeah, you do, but it's so much adrenaline pumping that you probably don't really notice it till after the game. I'm sure it probably hasn't hit that young man yet, but a timeout on the field.
Here's a great opportunity if you're a local business owner who would like to become a sponsor and advertise on the high school game of the week. Well, we have a great promotional package and an exceptional value for you. If the sports watching viewers are the audience you'd like to target, you can reach out to the Channel 22 sports audience at a fraction of the cost to advertise on local cable TV. And not only will you be helping to keep these broadcasts going, you'll be showing your support for the community and take advantage of this outstanding advertising opportunity. If you'd like to find more, call 310-973-3259. That's 973-3259. And now out of the shotgun, Kelly back to pass. Big third down play for him, going for the home run ball. And just out of the hands, and we're going to get a pass interference play and a first down. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see before we go to Beto, Rashawn.
Looks like that might have been Rosaki Hilt on the far sideline. He was holding on a little bit, and they ended up calling him with the pass interference.
Let's go to Beto.
Big hits by Dijon Washington and Una Cavienga have fired up this Leuzinger sideline. Completely different story in the second half. First half, they were kind of down. Also, they were trailing 7-6, but a couple big hits, firing them up. This Olympia squad looks like they're ready to deliver some more. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much. An automatic first down gets the Mustangs to the 25, 26-yard line. So the big hits aren't mattering much now because right now the Mustangs are knocking on the door. Kelly throws it out to the flats, and Kelly really got racked up by Taufa. And then the receiver gets racked up on the other side, and an Olympian is down. Rosaki Hilt's taking a hit, but look at Taufa nail Kelly. So all of that for a no gain. And this one's handed off to Dotson. Dotson gets down to the 20-yard line, inside of the 20-yard line, for about a 6-yard gain.
They went on the draw that time. Dotson up the middle. Good amount of the Leuzinger defense converged to Sean Kelly, the quarterback. Meanwhile, Dotson was running up the gut, close to a first down.
So this is third down and a long 3 yards to go. Penalty flag and an incomplete pass to the right. And we'll see what this one is.
Pass was intended for Personius that time. It hit him right in the hands before he let go of it, or dropped it rather.
No flag.
Going to wave the flag.
Penalty flag is called off.
So we'll do it again. We'll do third down again. Flip that back. Or is it fourth down? Should be third down, isn't it?
I think it may be fourth.
Okay, it's fourth down. Fourth down and 3 yards to go. Big play for both sides. Kelly wants to pass, does, throws it down the middle, and it is caught by the big tight end, Stephen Bateman. And that goes inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5-yard line, where it'll be first and goal.
Bateman appears to be a little bit shaken up, kind of favoring that thigh, walking back to the huddle. But when all else fails, look for your tight end. Bateman finding a little bit of a crease there. Kelly back to pass, has some pressure, did a good job stepping up in the pocket and finding this tight end in space.
Kelly throws to the corner, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Mira Costa.
Touchdown Mustangs. And a nice drive put on by the Mustangs. We're saying that they're a resilient team. They've been taking some heavy hits, but it doesn't matter. They come back and score.
Yeah, perfect example there right there. This time, Matt Cream catching the touchdown pass from Kelly, but you take a look at the big hit by Cavianga, the big hit by Washington. Nothing phased this Mira Costa team. They went right down the field and handled their business.
That's right, a 5-yard touchdown. And the extra point is tacked on by Tormasgard, I should say, and it is 21-14. Leuzinger over Mira Costa with 7:38 left to go, and this one's not in the books by any means. Still a lot of ball to be played.
And now if you're Leuzinger and the coaching staff, offensive coordinator Darren Henderson, what do you try to accomplish on this drive? I mean, obviously, you want to get on the board, but you want to eat up some clock at the same time. You only have a sophomore quarterback, so what do? Do you rely on the running game with Hilt and Mitchell and Brown and company, or do you put it on the arm of the young sophomore and force him to make some plays for you?
(21-14) is the score. Let's see if they'll try an onside kick. Nope, kick it away. Mitchell is going to get it at about the 10-yard line, coming from the far side to the near side, has some blockers. Can he get around the corner? He does, gets to midfield. Tremel Mitchell, an exciting run back of about 40 yards.
Mentioned he had some blocking. One of the first blocks picked up was by Juana Cavianga once again. Did a good job breaking it to the outside, came up this near sideline, had a nice little wall there for him before finally being pushed out of bounds, just shy of midfield. Might as well call it midfield.
7:25, right on the 50-yard line. First and 10 for Leuzinger. Have the lead in the ball. Rasaki Hilt has to go around the corner, does. Gets inside of Mustang territory, still on his feet inside the 45-yard line on the Mustang side of the field. And this one goes all the way down to close to the 41-yard line.
And that's a good job by Hilt. This play ran the counter. Hilt thought about taking it inside, but saw there was really nowhere for him to go. So he busted to the outside, took his time with it. Gets past one man before finally being driven out of bounds.
So an 8-yard gain for Rasaki, who's been playing well on both sides of the ball. 3 receivers to the near side for Burton. And again, a little bit of confusion. They're looking to Coach Henderson for the offensive play. Burton hands the ball off to Brown. Brown gets across the 40-yard line. Should be a first down.
And the reason he was able to get that first down, it looks to appear to be a first down. Looks like he should have got it. The reason why he was able to do that is because of this move right here. He's able to come up, duck right underneath the defender. He talked about being low. Joshua Brown definitely was low there, was able to duck the defender and get the first down, as opposed to his counterpart, Adrian Dotson, that kind of runs a little bit higher than most coaches would like.
But a terrific block by Sean Medina, the right tackle, to just move the bodies over with 7 minutes left to go. First down at the 39-yard line. of Mira Costa. 21-14, nervous time. Burton, shovel passes off, and don't know what happened there on the option play, or some sort of a wing thing, but whatever it is, Tremel Mitchell loses about 4 yards.
And I'm looking at offensive coordinator Derwin Henderson right now. He is clearly upset. Not sure why or what has got him so angry, but he is clearly upset right now as he's giving the signals to Tayshawn Burton, the sophomore quarterback.
Whatever was sent in got scrambled.
A little bit.
6:10 left to go in the ball game. 21-14, Leuzinger with the lead. Snap back to Burton. Throws it on the timing pattern. Mills! The ball pops up, and there's going to be a pass interference play. Max Russell, who is injured, but he's a senior, is in there and pushed off after the ball was tipped off up in the air. So that's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down.
Now, I'm going to go against the grain because I don't necessarily believe in this call. Pretty good play, good throw by Burton. But see, the ball already hit Deshaun Mills this time, so he has no chance to make this play right here.
You're right.
Russell with the push at the end. Once he touches the ball, he's pretty much fair game to get hit. But definitely an advantage for the Olympians.
So this is going to go down to the 26-yard line. So it'll be a first down for Burton and company with 5:59 left to go on the clock. Fourth quarter, 21-14, Olympians with the lead. Burton looking over again to Coach Henderson. Snap back, fumbles it, picks it up, and the ball is dropped. And maybe they finally called one of these false starts or offsides or illegal procedures.
It definitely looked like Leuzinger's been getting away with them all night. Those wide receivers are getting a little bit of a head start.
Yeah, if this was a track meet, there'd be false starts going all game long.
There may be some disqualifications by now, partner.
You got that right.
You only get 2.
Well, that's 3 penalties for 15 yards in this half for Leuzinger. They had 4 for 30 in the first half. So they go back to the 32-yard line. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side of Burton. Over the middle, almost caught in and out of the hands of Samaje Harris. A little bit too much zip on the ball, but still Harris just over the fingertips. And Samaje says, I want that one back.
Yeah, that's a catch that Samaje has to make. As one of the go-to receivers on this team, you have to make that catch. That's 6 points.
Let's go down to Beto.
Quick injury out there. Isaac Foster, middle linebacker number 3. He's dealing with a shin problem. He actually injured his leg against Legacy, the second game of the season, a game we called out in Orange County. He has a leg bandaged up right now, said he will go back into the game. Not going to affect him. He's been dealing with it all season long. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much. 5:49 left. Snap back to Burton, and here's the wide receiver screen. It is caught by Kemp. Kemp is going into the house, the Lou house. Touchdown, Leuzinger. A nice wide receiver screen on his skinny post. Hits pay dirt, and that crosses the finish line.
And here's Burton taking his time, knowing exactly where he's going. Nice, easy throw out there to Kemp. And Kemp, talked about one of your playmakers, catching the ball in space. There's Kemp once again. Plenty of blocking in front of him. He had nothing to do but to take that one into the house.
Justin Kemp, the 6-foot, 190-pound senior, with the touchdown and a beautiful extra point by Josie Zardes. That makes it 28-14 with 5:39 left to go. And this is about as good a game as Leuzinger has played all season long, especially with Tayshawn Burton. This is his coming out party, the best game that he has played this year.
Yeah, definitely a second touchdown pass of the night. First 2 touchdown passes of his young varsity career, just a sophomore. But talking to Coach Tolliver before the game, he said this is this young man's team. He sent Tayshawn out there to be one of the captains before this game started, just a sophomore. You send him out there to be a captain. He's putting a lot of promise on this young man's shoulders, and he's giving the keys, saying, this is your team now. You need to run it. You need to step up. The senior Glenn Tolliver out for the rest of the season. It's up to Tayshawn to make plays, for he is the future and seemingly the present right now.
It was a 6-play, 50-yard drive, and that was set up by Deshaun Mills' 40-yard kickoff return.
I'm not sure
what happened there.
Somebody got hit hard by Wanakavienga.
Man, they should just call him Super Chief.
We heard a plethora of oohs and ahs coming from the crowd. I didn't see it, but I saw big number 4 in the area, and I saw somebody trying to pick themselves up off the turf. That's dangerous.
So at the 20-yard line. Kelly back to pass. Gets it to Tam, and Tam gets hit by Kavienga, who says, no way.
6'1", 225, and you know he's a force. Coming into tonight's game, he already had over 100 tackles for the season, about 40 more than the next closest person on this team, Nicholson Taufa, and here he is again in space. They try to set up the screen, nothing doing. You're not going to fool this All-American senior, Michael Tam, just another victim on number 4's list tonight.
Well, Michael Tam also got racked up before on their last possession. Kelly fakes the handoff, throws it down the middle. It is caught by the big tight end, Bateman, and he gets splattered by Samaje Harris. And now it's just who's going to hit who the hardest. They better watch the celebration or they're going to get a 15-yard penalty tacked against them.
Isaac Foster out there jumping up and down. It was Samaje Harris that applied the hit, but this team loves to hit. Defensively, this team loves to hit. They love to get off after it. Maybe they over-pursue too much because they look for that big hit, but they've been looking for and finding the big hits tonight.
3rd and 10. 4:49 left to go in the fourth quarter. 28-14, Leuzinger with the lead. Sean Kelly of the Mustangs throws it down the right flat. Now this one is caught by Personius at the 42-yard line. Good pitch and catch, Kelly to Personius.
Yeah, that was a terrific throw by Kelly that time, as Personius barely got past the defensive back Tramel Mitchell, and Personius was able to come up with the catch. Had not that much room to work with, did Kelly, but he zipped it right in there, and it was enough for the first down.
Well, two seniors, they know each other pretty well. Kelly slings it across, caught inside of Leuzinger territory, and this is to Bateman.
Talk about the resiliency of this Mustangs team, and here it is again. Leuzinger puts up 7 points, and Costa comes right back with a formidable drive of their own. And look at the quarterback, Kelly. He really puts some zip on that ball, and he's able to get it in the tight spots. We saw it on the previous play with Personius, and here again, this time finding the tight end, Bateman.
The 3rd best quarterback rated in the South Bay by the Daily Breeze. Sean Kelly back to pass again. Throws it down, has a man open, and goes away from James Roth. Or check that, that's Nick Sorrell. Tom Strickfadden, if you can do me a big favor and turn yourself down to us, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line. With 4:09 left to go, 28-14. This one is going to go to Tam, and Tam tried to pass the ball, but Rasaki Hilt said, no, you're mine, son, and buries him.
This defense is flying around. They are flying all over the place to the football, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what a well-coached football team does, and Coach Deion Tolliver definitely has his boys playing good tonight, definitely playing inspired with the loss of Ronald Battle earlier tonight. Tam trying a little bit of a trickery with the wide receiver pass, nothing doing. Rasaki Hart all over it.
Back all the way to the Mustang 47-yard line, and a timeout on the field. And just looking around for Beto to see if he's got a special guest or an update. Don't think so. But at any rate, to Sean Burton and his coming out party. And Sean Kelly, the senior quarterback for the Mustangs, trying to ruin it with 3:56 left. And the Leuzinger Olympians with a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, you talked about Tayshawn, and it couldn't have come at a better time for these Olympians. Definitely a must-win situation for them if they're going to have any chance of trying to finish in one of those top 3 spots in the Bay League and make it to the CIF Southern Section playoffs. And definitely have to win this one. Have another tough one up against West, who just won their first Bay League game of the season tonight. They were picked as the favorites. They go to West next week.
And that is going to be another whale of a game. Back to passes Kelly. Kelly needs to look out because Taufa was in there and now completes the pass to Personius, but what a tackle. Fumble. Personius was leg tackled by Kavienga. And let's see, was the ball fumbled? The ball came loose. Taufa says he has it.
He was down.
Better watch, it might take a bite out of it. But yeah, I think Personius' knees were down.
He was down. The officials made the correct call that time. He was down. Taufa tried to sell it that time, but he was down. Officials made the good play, and you noticed how they huddled and made the play that time. Wasn't necessarily the case a couple weeks ago when Peninsula came in here.
So 4th and 10. They're going to go for it. Kelly steps up in the pocket. It's going to go for it all. Has a man open. Nice play. And is it picked off? Samaji Harris intercepts the ball inside the 5-yard line to take a touchdown away from Mira Costa.
What a play. Game-changing, game-saving play right here for the Olympians. They score here. They cut it to within 7. They being the Mustangs, and all of a sudden we got a ball game here with 3 minutes remaining. But instead, it's this defense coming up with another great play. Samaje Harris, he was the safety. He was giving the help over the top. Tips it to himself, falls down, and catches it on his way down.
At his own 2-yard line with 3:02 left to go. So a huge interception for the Leuzinger Olympians. Timeout on the field. And let's go down to Beto.
Lou, I'm a man of the people. I came up here with a band. A lot of seniors up here. Bridget Harper, the drum major, has let me become the Olympian drum major for one song. Here it is, Lou. Oh, they're not ready, but they're ready now. And they're going to play.
All right, thank you very much. Beto, keep your day job.
Beto down there leading the band.
Beto,
definitely a man of the people, our colleague Beto Turay.
No. Beto just showed that he's tone deaf.
And up inside.
The ball was handed off. Give it to the guy who's gotten you this far, Rasaki Hilt, a terrific player all game long on both sides of the ball. Gets to the 6-yard line. A 5-yard gain, so to the 7-yard line. So look at that, Beto still leading the band there.
Yeah, they're still playing the same song.
Hilt gets the handoff again. Nice push by the offensive line. Gets over the 10-yard line. Had to get to the 12 for the first down. And it is a first down, Olympians. One more should do it.
Hilt, simple running play right up the middle. Able to pick up enough for the first down as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the 4th and final quarter.
That's right. Boy, this has been a pleasure of a game because everything went right tonight for Leuzinger. And still running the ball and pounding it. One more first down will put this one in the books. Rasaki Hiltz hanging onto the ball for another 4 yards up to the 16-yard line. Rasaki with a heck of a game. Also to Sean Burton, congratulations to him for getting the 10,000-pound rock off of his back and having a terrific game. A minute 30 left to go in the ball game. 2-touchdown lead for Leuzinger, and also again, Josie Zardes played a big part in this one.
Yeah, he did. His punting, 2 punts inside the 20, as you mentioned earlier.
Rasaki Hiltz again getting about 2 yards up to the 18.
You know, I think it was interesting before the game. Coach Tolliver shared with us his frustrations he had with this ball club and Tayshawn Burton with him taking over the helms. What do you do? Just a sophomore quarterback? Do you dummy down the offense? Do you continue to play with this wide open formation? They decided what they wanted.
And that should do it. Oh, took a knee. Now it's a penalty flag. Is that a delay of game? Yeah, a legal procedure. And it's still well, with the young leader out there, you look to him, and if he's a little bit confused, things are going to happen. But things on the scoreboard look good. It's 28-14. Clock rolling again, and Leuzinger doesn't have to snap it. They can take another delay. And they're just going to let this one roll, as Leuzinger Olympians will improve to 6-3. And that's the last play of the ball game. 7 seconds left to go on this one. The Olympians can endorse this one with Leuzinger High School on the back as they deposit this one into the bank. 28-14. The flame will burn brightly tonight in Lawndale. Congratulations to the Olympians. They are now 6-3 overall, 3-2 at home, and more importantly, even up their books in the Bay League at 2-2. Mira Costa falls to 2-6 overall, 2-6-1, and they are 2-3 on the road, and more importantly for them, 0-3-1. A shocking development for Mira Costa Mustang football fans, but the Olympians come out with the win, and this is my favorite part of the ball game. They've been batting heads all night long, and they're out there congratulating each other.
Definitely a true show of sportsmanship, as it always is on the high school level in high school athletics, and this is truly, as you just said, partner, one of the greatest moments of the game. After you're out there competing, you can, shake hands at the end of the game and tell each other, good job, good game, or what have you. But a very important win for this Leuzinger football team and for Coach Tolliver and for Tayshawn Burton, the sophomore quarterback, having a coming out party, so to speak. But now, for the most part, this Leuzinger team gives itself a chance. Going into West next week, it's not going to be tough at all, but they come up with the victory, then they would assure themselves of getting into the playoffs.
Well, they have to do that to win out tomorrow, or actually next week against West, that's for sure. And we're waiting for Beto Duran to wrangle up some guests and senior night. And we're going to take a quick timeout. Final score, Leuzinger defeats Mira Costa 28-14. We'll be back. Back at Lou House, 28-14. Mira Costa goes down to the Olympians. And down on the field, Beto Duran has one of the heroes of this game with 6 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Actually, the one that sealed the deal. Let's go down to Beto and meet one of the heroes.
Along with wide receiver Justin Kemp. Justin, you guys were down 7-6 at halftime, came all the way back to win this game. Big play was your touchdown. Describe that play.
Oh, I was just following my blocks. Let the linemen do their job, caught the ball, quarterback threw a nice pass, and I just made a touchdown.
You're able to work with the quarterback. He's a young guy, 10th grader. Your first year here, yet you guys are working in sync. How do you two get along?
Oh, it's just practice, practice, practice. That's all we do. We in practice, we do our plays, we practice what we play. And we had to get our stuff together because last 2 games we wasn't playing Olympian football. We got back to the roots.
You guys definitely did that, got back to the roots. You guys were down at the halftime. What was said at halftime for you guys to come back and win this game?
Oh, that never give up. Coach told us to play like he know we can play. Practice this week was energetic, and we just came out and performed.
Well, Justin, congratulations on your touchdown. You get to be on Channel 22. I know you're happy about that.
Yep, first time.
With Justin Kent, wide receiver for the Olympians, they win 28-14. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much, Beto Duran. 28-14 is our final score, and Leuzinger still with their playoff hopes alive. Should they win out against West, who lost to Peninsula High School, and West High School is in 2nd place in the Bay League, as well, they are in 5th place. West at now 0-3, and Mira Costa also at 0-3.
West beat Peninsula today.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. I missed that. All right, while we figure things out and juggle things around, let's go down to Beto. He has another hero down there, probably the one who started the hit parade tonight.
Might not recognize this young man right here without his jersey. He's wearing number 4. Juana Cavenga and Mira Costa players got to know who he is tonight, especially that big play down by the goal line. You really came down to special teams and laid out that player. Describe it.
My one of the assistant coach, Coach Ralph Oliver, told me at halftime that I need to create some turnovers and try to get the ball, some way for me to get the ball, for my teammates to get the ball, cause like a turnover. And I promised myself that I was going to do it either on defense or on special teams because I play every special team. Yeah.
Well, definitely a big hit. Your team was down 7-6 at the half. You guys come back and win 28-14. How important was this victory tonight?
This victory was very important. We all promised ourselves that we're going to give it our all tonight because this is the last homecoming for our seniors, and that we wanted to stay alive for the playoffs, and that we all promised ourselves after we lost to Redondo that we wouldn't make no mistakes and that we would play hard.
You definitely go out a winner, senior homecoming game, and you go out a winner here at Olympian Field. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Juana Cavinga, number 4, laying the hits all over the field for the Olympians. Back to you, Lou.
All right, thank you very much, Beto Duran. Good job down there. And, boy, Juana Cavinga doing it again on defense tonight on senior night, his final appearance here, at least in the regular season, as the flame shines brightly. And again, we remember Ronald Battle. The early prognosis is a broken right ankle, and that is never good. And Rashawn Haylock, the complexion of this Bay League has really, really changed here in just one day.
Yeah, it has. It was already a little mixed up to begin with. You had arguably the top 3 teams in the league at the bottom with Leuzinger and Mira Costa and West Torrance coming into today. But West finally picks up their first Bay League victory of the year. Mira Costa, meanwhile, is still winless in the Bay League. They had that one tie to West earlier on in a game that people thought would have been the determining factor in the championship of this league. But instead, they're still winless, and Leuzinger still has a shot. They still have a shot. They put themselves in good position tonight.
Well, this is how I have figured it out here. Palos Verdes is in first place with the win over Redondo. They leapfrog over the Seahawks at 3-1 in the league and 6-2-1 overall. In second place is Redondo, as they fall to 5-4 and 3-1 in Bay League action. In third place, Leuzinger, as they move up a spot, now 6-3 overall and 2-2 in the Bay League. And in fourth place, Palos Verdes Peninsula at 4-5 and 2-2 in the Bay League. And in fifth place, West 6-2, 1-2-1, and Mira Costa a surprising 2-6 and 1-0-3-1 in the Bay League.
Yeah, and obviously no discrepancies with that, and that's the way that it is now with this Leuzinger win tonight, and all of the shaky crazy outcomes that happened in the Bay League today. And it's a good thing we found out those scores because, you know, in PV they don't play any night games. But Leuzinger has a shot in that third spot right now. If the playoffs started tomorrow, they would be in. But still a long week to go in preparation, and a very tough game going up against Brian Boucham and company at West Torrance High School. So you're going to have to go on the road and get a victory and able to get into the playoffs and hopefully finish with a record of 7-3.
All right, to Sean Burton, coming out party, 10 out of 18, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's time for our Channel 22 Sports Player of the Game as we have to quickly wrap this one up.
Tayshawn Burton. Why give it to the sophomore? I thought he showed that he belonged tonight. Maybe before, when we were here that first week, he looked a little bit overwhelmed, but I think he showed that he belonged tonight, and he played a great game tonight. All
right, Rashawn Haylock, thank you very much for joining us here. Beto Duran down on the field and the terrific Channel 22 Sports crew. The Olympian flame will shine tonight with a 28-14 win. Leuzinger over Mira Costa, and still have a shot at the playoffs, and they play West next week. Until next week, this is Lewis Dowers saying so long